Filipinos are known as some of the most resilient, hardworking, and peace-loving people in the world. Their strong sense of family, deep faith, and unshakable spirit have helped them overcome countless challenges throughout history. Today, one of their most serious challenges lies just off their shores, the South China Sea. This region has become a pressure point where global powers are quietly choosing sides, and in the middle of it all stands the Philippines. Imagine your country standing firm to protect its sovereignty, its waters, and its people. Now, imagine that behind closed doors, some nations you might expect to be neutral or even supportive are quietly backing the other side. They're strengthening ties with China, voting against the Philippines in international forums, and sending signals that their loyalty may not be with the Filipino people if a conflict ever breaks out. Have you ever wondered who's truly standing with the Philippines and who isn't? You might be surprised to learn that some of these countries aren't even in Asia. Some are neighbors, while others are global giants. The reasons behind their support for China are complex. For some, it's about trade, while for others, it's about political influence, debt, or military alliances. In some cases, it's simply a matter of choosing power over principle. This issue is not just about diplomacy or defense. It's about understanding the world the Philippines is navigating today. Knowing who stands on the other side of the line isn't just important, it's essential, especially for every Filipino who desires peace but refuses to be silent when their nation is challenged. This video will reveal the 10 countries that are most aligned with China concerning the South China Sea conflict and explain exactly why. The answers might surprise or even shock you, but they are all grounded in real-world decisions, policies, and alliances that are shaping our world right now. If you're Filipino, this video is for you. If you care about peace, justice, and national dignity, stay with us because what you're about to discover could change the way you see the global stage. Before we dive in, please like this video and subscribe to the channel to help us continue creating honest, fact-based content that puts your voice at the center of the conversation. Please remember that this video is for educational purposes only. It is based on publicly available sources and expert insights to explain the international positions on the Philippines-China issue. Our goal is not to promote hate, division, or bias against any country. Geopolitical relationships are complex and always evolving, so viewer discretion is encouraged. We will now count down the 10 countries that have positioned themselves in subtle or overt support of China's position in the South China Sea conflict. Each country is described based on real diplomatic behavior, economic ties, or public statements. Number 10. Pakistan. Starting off at number 10 is Pakistan. Pakistan has long maintained a close strategic and economic relationship with China, particularly under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, part of the Belt and Road Initiative. This alliance has translated into diplomatic support for China on international matters, including the South China Sea. While Pakistan has no direct stake in maritime disputes, it often echoes Beijing's positions in global forums. Tensions with India and reliance on Chinese defense technology also play a major role in this alignment. For China, Pakistan remains one of its most loyal partners in Asia. Number 9. Russia. Coming in at number 9, we have Russia. Russia and China are aligned not only through economic and military cooperation but also through a shared resistance to Western influence. While Russia doesn't directly intervene in South China Sea matters, it generally supports China's stance by criticizing the U.S. presence in the region. Joint naval exercises between the two countries further solidify their defense cooperation. Russia also supports a multipolar world order, which aligns closely with China's ambitions. Together, they present a united front against Western dominance. Number 8. Cambodia. Landing at number 8 is Cambodia. Cambodia has consistently blocked ASEAN efforts to challenge China's South China Sea claims. This small Southeast Asian nation has received billions in Chinese aid, infrastructure investment, and political backing. In return, Cambodia often aligns with Beijing's interests, including at regional summits and UN forums. Its refusal to sign joint ASEAN statements against China reveals how deep that loyalty runs. Cambodia is often seen as China's most reliable ally in mainland Southeast Asia. This tight relationship has major geopolitical implications for ASEAN unity. Number 7. Laos. At number 7, we turn to Laos. Laos has become increasingly reliant on China, especially through major investments under the Belt and Road Initiative. From railways to energy projects, China's economic footprint in Laos is undeniable. This deep financial dependence has influenced Laos's political stance, keeping it closely aligned with Beijing's interests. On the South China Sea issue, Laos has chosen to stay silent in regional meetings. While it doesn't openly declare support, this consistent silence is widely seen as indirect approval of China's maritime claims. Laos also avoids joining ASEAN statements critical of Beijing. Its diplomatic behavior often favors Chinese narratives. In many ways, Laos acts as a quiet but dependable partner to China. Number 6. Iran. Number 6 is Iran. Iran has a strategic partnership with China that has grown stronger in recent years, especially under increasing Western sanctions. In 2021, the two countries signed a 25-year cooperation agreement covering trade, infrastructure, and defense. Iran supports China's positions on international platforms, often reciprocating Beijing's support on nuclear and sanctions issues. While Iran is not involved in the South China Sea, its alignment with China in challenging U.S. dominance is clear. That ideological alignment makes Iran a consistent diplomatic ally. Number 5. Venezuela. Coming in at number 5 is Venezuela. Venezuela stands out as one of China's most loyal partners in Latin America. The country owes billions in loans to China, making it heavily dependent on Beijing for economic survival. In return, Venezuela often backs China's positions on global issues, including sensitive matters like sovereignty and the South China Sea. Under Nicolas Maduro's leadership, it consistently votes alongside China at the United Nations. This support is rooted not in geography but in a shared opposition to Western influence. Both nations see each other as strategic counterweights to U.S. power. With few strong allies left, Venezuela leans on China for both financial aid and diplomatic backing. That loyalty shows in every major vote. Number 4. North Korea. At number 4, we have North Korea. Its relationship with China is one of the oldest and most strategic in Asia. Their alliance was cemented during the Korean War and has remained tightly knit ever since. China remains North Korea's biggest trade partner and its main shield in global diplomacy. While Pyongyang doesn't directly address the South China Sea conflict, it consistently supports China's international stance. Beijing, in turn, protects North Korea from some of the harshest global sanctions. Their mutual dependence is rooted in political survival, economic support, and decades of shared ideology. In every major international divide, North Korea stands quietly but firmly behind China. Number 3. Zimbabwe. Number 3 is Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe may be far from the South China Sea, but its loyalty to China runs deep. Over the years, China has invested heavily in Zimbabwe's mining, agriculture, and energy sectors, offering loans, infrastructure, and diplomatic cover. In return, Zimbabwe often supports China's positions in the United Nations, especially on sovereignty and territorial disputes. While it doesn't take a public stance on maritime issues, Zimbabwe frequently defends China's right to handle its internal affairs without foreign interference. This support is built on years of aid, military ties, and political alignment. For China, Zimbabwe is a reliable voice in Africa. Number 2. Serbia. At number 2, we find Serbia. Serbia has become one of China's closest allies in Europe thanks to years of deepening political and economic cooperation. From massive infrastructure projects to vaccine deliveries during the pandemic, China has won favor with Serbian leadership. President Vučić often praises Beijing and avoids criticizing its policies, even on controversial issues like the South China Sea. Serbia frequently backs China's narrative on sovereignty and non-intervention. This partnership is also strengthened by military coordination and public admiration. In Europe, few nations show such open alignment with Beijing, making Serbia a strategic supporter of China on the global stage. Number 1. Myanmar. And finally, topping the list at number 1 is Myanmar. Despite political turmoil, Myanmar remains closely tied to China through trade, investment, and military support. China has invested heavily in Myanmar's infrastructure, especially in pipelines and ports linking the Indian Ocean to Yunnan province. These ties have encouraged Myanmar to back China's positions or remain silent on sensitive issues. In ASEAN discussions, Myanmar rarely challenges Beijing. For China, Myanmar offers strategic depth and regional influence, making it a vital partner in Southeast Asia. So now you've seen 10 countries that either openly support China or quietly align with its interests in the South China Sea and beyond. Each of them has its own reasons. Some depend on China for survival, others share a strategic goal of challenging Western influence, and a few, especially in Southeast Asia, simply choose silence over confrontation. But what they all have in common is this: when China speaks on the global stage, these countries don't walk away, they stand beside it. For the Philippines, this reality is both complex and challenging. It's not just about territory, it's about global power, influence, and the quiet alliances shaping the future of Asia. While the Philippines stands firm in defending its sovereignty, it's important for Filipinos to understand who's behind the scenes. But despite the growing pressure, the courage of the Filipino people, the strength of international law, and the support of global allies still offer hope. In a world of shifting loyalties, staying informed is more important than ever. Before you go, remember this isn't just a battle over territory. It's a battle over truth, alliances, and the future of Southeast Asia. The Philippines may be a smaller nation, but it stands tall with courage, principle, and resilience. And now that you know which countries support China and why, you're one step ahead in understanding the deeper currents shaping our region. If you appreciated this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and share it with others who care about what's really happening behind the headlines. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next one.